What's up, guys? This is Ace of Trades here, coming at you with a brand new video. As you may recall, in yesterday's video we covered buying calls. Well, in today's video we're going to cover buying puts. This is part 2 of the basics of options. Now, puts are the right to sell 100 shares at a set price by a set date. Just like with calls, this date is known as the expiration, and the set price is also referred to as the strike price. Watch out! If the stock is trading above the strike price at market close on expiration, then the contract expires worthless. Exercising with puts is the conversion of a put contract into cash by selling 100 shares for the strike price. Just like with calls, when you exercise, you give up all the contract's premium. In other words, puts are the inverse of calls. So instead of buying the right to buy, you're buying the right to sell. And instead of needing the stock price to be above your strike price, you need the stock price to be below your strike price. So now here's an example of buying a put. At the end of the day, in late November, GE was trading for $10.40. Puts with an $11 strike expiring December 31st are trading for $95. Just like with calls, this will be displayed on your brokerage website as 95 cents, but just like with calls as well, you are trading in 100 share increments. So now doing the math, which is this, in this case, the strike plus the difference of the current share price and the strike price minus the price you paid for the contract equals your break even. So it would be, in this case, $11 plus 60 cents, because it's trading for 60 cents below the strike price, minus 95 cents would bring your break even to 10.05 for GE in this case. That means if GE is trading above 10.05 on expiration, you are losing money, and you will suffer your max loss if GE is trading above 11. Here's some examples of some expiration scenarios. So the first one is if GE tanks and goes down to $6, that'd be a great profit for you, as you would make $405, as it's $4.05 below your break even. Now let's say GE trades for $10. That's 5 cents below your break even, but since you're trading in 100 share increments, you'd be looking at a $5 profit. Now let's say GE does go down, but it doesn't go down much. It only goes down to $10.25. That would leave you $20 above your break even. Therefore, you'd be suffering a loss of $20 on that trade. Now let's say GE actually goes up and goes to $12. Well, this is outside your max loss, which would have been at $11. Therefore, you do lose your full $95. Just like with calls, you will never lose more than whatever you paid for the contract. And also, just like with calls, you may close the contract early by selling the contract. Here's some different benefits of buying puts, especially compared to just straight up shorting shares, which, if you don't know what shorting shares is, basically it's a little complicated, but you end up making $1 for every $1 the stock goes down, and losing $1 for every dollar the stock goes up. Anyway, one of the first risks is if the stock goes up a small amount, a put goes down substantially more. Also, another risk is if the stock stays flat, put does lose value. It's just like with calls. Puts, like calls, have expiration dates. Also, your gains are capped, as you can never make more than whatever the stock is if it goes to zero. Some potential benefits are profits are much higher than just shorting the stock, because you are working with 100 shares potential losses are capped because technically when you short shares, that stock can go to whatever amount it is. Therefore, if GE says goes to $25, you would actually lose less money investing with your puts. You can also choose, just like with calls, the expiration and strikes that fits your belief the best. Unlike with shorting shares, you don't have to have margin enabled on your account to do this. Also, this is available to do on Robinhood. The brokerage Robinhood does not offer short selling. Therefore, it's great because they do offer puts. There's also no minimum account requirements, at least on Robinhood, because with some other brokerages, to do short selling, you have to have at least $2,000 in cash. Therefore, that's another great benefit. Also, they can be combined with calls for more advanced strategies. You can also have multiple strike prices and do all sorts of stuff that will allow you to make profit no matter what the stock does. Now, we're going to compare puts to short as far as your return. So what we did is we took the $11 put, which costs $95, and we compared it to shorting $95 worth of shares, approximately, with 9 shares. So as you can see, you obviously do make way more money by trading puts, as you can make over $900 doing puts, but with doing just shorting shares, you'd only be making a max of around $90. Now, you do also notice that you will start to lose money a lot quicker than you would with just shorting shares. It can go up $1 and you wouldn't be bankrupt by shorting shares, but if it goes up $1 on December 31st, then you're pretty much out of luck. But now take it, well, let's say GE doubles and goes to $25. As you can see, by that point, once it doubles, it becomes cheaper to own the put because your losses are capped. Meanwhile, when you're short selling, your losses are infinite. So that's another advantage of buying puts. Coming up next is selling puts, both naked and cash secured. So I'm very excited about that video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And please note, I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research or consult a financial advisor before